A reading from the Gospel of Luke. Then Jesus said to the disciples, "There was a rich man who had a manager, and charges were brought to him that this man was squandering his property. So he summoned him and said to him, 'What is this that I hear about you? Give me an accounting of your management, because you cannot be my manager any longer.' Then the manager said to himself, 'What will I do now that my master is taking the position away from me? I am not strong enough to dig, and I am ashamed to beg. I have decided what to do so that when I am dismissed as manager, people may welcome me into their homes.' So, summoning his master's debtors one by one, he asked the first, 'How much do you owe my master?' He answered, 100 jugs of olive oil.' He said to him, 'Take your bill, sit down quickly, and make it 50. Then he asked another, 'And how much do you owe?' He replied, 100 containers of wheat.' He said to him, 'Take your bill and make it 80. And his master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the children of this age are more shrewd in dealing with their own generation than are the children of light. And I tell you, make friends for yourself by means of dishonest wealth, so that when it is gone, they may welcome you into the eternal homes." Now, I don't know about you, but this parable sort of startles me a bit, that Jesus is condoning this type of behavior. But I'm going to hold off on judgment and look at what we have here first. First of all, we have this man who has been discharged from his position, and he quickly comes up with this idea that will ensure his future. For many years in my career as an academic, I also had a side job in which I worked for the largest intelligence corporation, the largest maker of intelligence tests, I should say. And I would administer lots and lots of intelligence tests for them whenever they came out with new ones, because they had to have a standardization group, or a group in which they tried it out on, so they can compare how they did to people as they went forward. One of the things that always stood out for me about that is that the tests were designed to measure two types of intelligence. So there was your more formal learning that it, sought to measure, but there was also your practical learning that it sought to measure. And I think here in this particular parable, we are getting a look at a manager who's being commended for his practical intelligence. Because once he sees that he's about to lose his income, he immediately begins to think about what he needs to do to ensure that he doesn't become a pauper. And he comes up with this scheme, and he is indeed commended for it by his master. And so practical intelligence is something that's important to all of us, because we need it for survival, as we can see with this gentleman who is using his practical intelligence in a way that will allow him to go forward in his life. Amen.